Yes. Hey guys, okay, we're gonna do this, get this show on the road. Yes. So what I was trying to do is find myself so I don't miss your comments. Sometimes Facebook has this new live stream producer thing that is having me do, and it's just having me try it out to see if I like it, and then I get feedback from it, but it's interrupting the normal way, the older version of doing Facebook Live. So I'm excited to be here. All right, Q, I see you, girlfriend. Yes. Just Butler. Got it. Want to make sure I was all the way live, y'all. Yes. So I'm excited. Thank you so much for having me in here. I appreciate you just coming here and gracing y'all presence. Y'all better grab your books, your journals, your diva pens, your diva notebook, because we're going to bring the fire tonight. Yes, I'm excited. Y'all, listen. What y'all sipping on tonight? It's Sunday night. Most of us don't have to go to work tomorrow. So I know y'all sipping on something. So y'all, in this video, we're going to talk about, is your business positioned to pivot? Is your business positioned to pivot? So before I get started, do what we do. Go ahead and tag that business bestie, especially my brick and mortar or people who you know need to hear this nuggets, who is moving their business from idea to online, or they're moving their business or brick and mortar and moving their business, want to know how to get online. Come on in here. It's going to be excited. So share this broadcast out, because you do not want to miss this. Go ahead and grab, I tell you what I tell my tribe, grab your Sherri Somers University Journal. Grab your Sherri Somers University Journal, because we are getting ready to take some notes. Some gems are going to be dropped, and we're going to hold you accountable to make sure that you implement the strategies and tools that we're going to give you tonight. But you know, I love to be engaging, so go ahead and tell us who you are, what you do, where you're tuning in from. Who you are, what you do, where you tuning in from. You never know who's in the chat. You never know who's looking for your services. And yes, people still got money that can help you. Listen, yes, honey, I'm still signing my 2K in my clients. So I know that people still got money. So go ahead and tell people who you are, what you do. Go ahead and drop it right now in the chat so I can find out more about you. And in case somebody's looking for your services, baby, because you're always marketing and you're always branding. Look, I got my live coaching stuff on. Yes. So let me go ahead and get right into who I am. It's your girl, Sherri Somers, your revenue attraction master life coach. I am in here tonight, and I'm going to talk about positioning your business to pivot, because now, and let me get off of this, because it's going to say they had the error on end live video. We don't want to do that. But I'm going to be talking about how business a pivot. Why? Because in this business, in this pandemic that we're in, people are having questions. People are wondering why. And one of the reasons I wanted to be in here to talk about it is because, as you can tell, everybody's all the way live now, having live watch party, business happy hour, virtual events. And let me tell you something. The gurus like you and I, who's been doing it for a while, we've been doing live stream way before everybody jump on, honey. Way. I ain't get called the queen of live stream for nothing. So I want to help you position your business tonight. So I'm going to give you some things, some tools, and some nuggets that you can be utilizing in your business to position your business right now to pivot. So if you haven't already, if you're just joining me, go ahead and drop the link about who you are, what you do, and where you're tuning in from. Who you are, what you do, and where you're tuning in from. Because we're going to get started. Grab your Sherri Somers University Journal. That's what my tribe call it, Sherri Somers University Journal. And if you have any questions, you already know, you can go ahead and drop it in the comments so we can good to go. So what are we talking about tonight? When I talk about positioning your business to pivot, I think in your online space, we already know that there's a lot of noise. Especially now, right? So I'm getting a lot of questions about Sherri. I say, should I change my price? Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? Should I be going live? And you already know the answer to that, right? If I'm teaching tonight, you already know the answer to that. So the questions I'm getting a lot is, should I change my price? Should I go live? When should I go live? What time is the best time to go live? Because the conversation that we were having before is going to be a different conversation, because we have something that's going on, a national emergency. Marketing is going to change, and because our marketing is going to change, our conversation is going to be different. So a little bit quickly, really fast, about who I am and what I do. I'm what you call your queen of live stream. No. So what I help women do, I help women who are in their authority, right? They're the expert in their field. I help them become more visible to market their business and their message, their unique message, so they can make their first $2,000 or more. Yeah, so I want you to be authentic. I want you to be visible and market your message in a unique way, right? Using visibility. And when I say authentic, that's the key word. We're going to go over that today. So I've been I'm a full-time entrepreneur, and this is exactly what I do daily, right here, what I'm doing right now. So many of the people are asking me today, say, hey, Sherri, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Like, what am I going to say? What am I supposed to do? Should I be changing my funnel? Should I be changing my email? What am I supposed to be doing? Because I just know what to do. I'm just going crazy. I don't know what to do. And that's understandable. I'm meeting with people who are restaurant owners, and they're wondering, like, Sherri, what am I supposed to do in this situation of what's going on right now? How am I supposed to compete? I've never been online. What do I do? And let me tell you something. For my social media people out there who are bossing up, that's awesome. And for my people who are new, this training is definitely for you as well. So you can do it as well. So if you already grab your Diva notebook and Diva pen, or King notebook and King pen, we're going to get right into it. So there's some notes I want you guys to take as we go through this process right now. So the first thing I want you to understand, that remind yourself why you are in business in the first place. I don't mean the why like my kids or my family. I mean why you're in business. You have a problem that you know that your business solves, right? That's the first thing. You have a problem that you know for a fact your business solves. You also know that you are the expert in solving that business, right? So you are the expert. So knowing that you're the expert and know that you have a problem that your business solves, every time you feel like this imposter syndrome is coming on because you're online, remember that. Then you remember why you are doing it. And what I mean by that is why you are, as in the accolades that you've gotten, right? Your receipts that you've gotten, the things that you've done that make you the expert in your field. So you want to position your authority. I'm already started, y'all. You better write that down. Positioning your authority. So what does that look like? That means if you're going to own your online space, figure out where you're going to dominate so you don't sound like everybody else. Right? Somebody out there can do the exact same thing you do, but based on the conversation and your things that you're saying will set you apart, right? There's so many people in the online space, and not one time does it make me feel threatening or they're doing more than me. No, because there's an energy that I bring to the online space that nobody else creates. So you know what your end game is. Your jam, baby, that you bring to online space that nobody else bring to online space. So it's important that you understand to find your position in that space and you dominate that area, wherever that position is. I call that number one is your authority, right? That's your authority. This is my authority. This is the place I'm going to dominate. All this is happening way before you hit that button to go live. That's the first thing you want to understand. So is your business positioned to pivot? Here's how you do it. Number one is understanding that you're the authority, but why? Why? Start listing them things. You have gotten a degree. You may have gotten some type of accolades that say, yes, I'm the expert, some type of certificate. You may win to school for your thing. What makes you the authority? What makes you the person that everyone, when you come on live, they need to listen to, right? That's the first thing. And the reason why you're using live right now is because networking is not working right now. Offline marketing is not working. So if you're asking me, Sherri, should I go live? Baby, go all the way live. All the way live, because it's not about do you have a choice. You don't right now. So when you do go live, here are some tips to help you stay live and help you get that bank account, baby. Secure that bag while you're live. So number one, position yourself as the authority, and before you get on there, no one should have to tell you. You should know based on the things that you've doing way before this pandemic hit. Way before, all the accolades, all the things that you receive in your area of expertise is your evidence that you are the authority in the problem that you solve. Okay? So authority, that's number one. Number two is when you do go live, what is the value that you will produce when you go live? What is the value that you're going to give them, right? I believe in Selling through service. Get that. Get that. Get that right in your journal. Selling through service. So selling through service, you can tell people and never once says, click the button to buy this. Because your position shows, and based on the value that you're saying. Now, what is the value? The information when you're helping people. I had experts on my live this last week talking about the stimulus package and what Donald Trump, President Trump, is sending to us, right? I had people on there talking about what you should be doing with your budgeting right now, right? So I brought these experts on in my online space to educate my tribe, to let them know what is going on. Gary said, yes, you definitely have the synergy. I love it. I love it. So I brought some expert in their expertise to talk about the package. Why? Because I want people to be informed in my space. I want them to understand what's right, what's wrong, so they can make the right logical decision. So value is very, very important when you're positioning your business to pivot. Your value. Now, I want to shift a little bit to number 3, which is visibility. Visibility. So let's keep up with me. We have authority, number 1, right? Knowing that you're the expert. 2, the value that you produce to the problems you solve. The value you produce to the problem you solve. And number 3, we talk about visibility, right? Visibility don't always have to be live stream. However, I know most of you guys are probably solopreneur, working by yourself. So I believe in working smarter, not harder. Thank God for watch parties, right? Thank God for watch parties, because I can produce value and somebody may miss it. So I may go live right now and then somebody may miss the value of what I said because they were busy with the kids or whatever. I can play the exact same live at 8:30 p.m. that night. Whoever was busy that didn't get it, and then it will still have people in there, right? So visibility is so important. We talk about visibility right now. What you should be doing it. How much collaboration? What podcast? How many different ways can you disseminate your information to get it out there to the masses? That's right now. That's your new marketing tool. So your new marketing tool is not a business card. It's not a flyer. Your new marketing tool is collaboration. How can you find people who also have an audience to collaborate to, and you also bring something for them as well, right? And that, just like we're doing Q&A doing right now, at collaboration, bring you the nuggets about going live, because everyone right now, this second, if you're in business, you should be going live and position yourself as the authority. So when you were talking about visibility, you can take this live video, right, we're doing right now, and I could repurpose it on my YouTube. I could repurpose it in my email. I could repurpose it all the way around and just doing it once. So I do the work once and I repurpose this one video to gain more visibility from my email list. Let me tell you something what happened to me. I'm at the bank, right? I went to the bank, and while I'm at the bank, the lady said to me, she says, hey, Sherri, I just got an email from you, and here you are at the bank. And at lunchtime, you were speaking at this event. Girl, you're all over the place. So mind you, she saw me live. She saw me at a lunch event. Then I was in the bank because she works at a bank. And then she got an email from me. So I touched her 4 times, right, in one day. In one day, because the average person, get your notes, the average person sometimes takes 7 touches before they say yes to your offer. The average person has sometimes gets 7 touches, and I just showed you the 4 touches on that before they say yes to your offer. So she was like, girl, you're everywhere. And that's what you want, to seem as if you are everywhere without having to overwork. So that video, you can repurpose it several times, and you only doing the work one time. I could touch on that all day. So that was number 3, visibility, right? Number 4, we're going to talk about the pivot piece right now, right? Position to pivot. What are we pivoting, Sherri? What are we changing in our business? What are we pivoting? What are we changing to make sure that we get all the things that we need to get, right? So what happened is people are selling right now. They're putting an offer up there and they're doing a hope strategy. The hope strategy is I hope somebody buy it. There's no system, there's no tool, there's no automation, there's no strategy behind it. They're just putting something up and hope somebody say yes to it. We ain't doing no hope strategy over here, baby. No, we ain't. No. We ain't doing a hope strategy over here. There's work that has to be behind the scenes. Let me tell y'all something. When you're prepared, when you're prepared, when you're positioned and prepared, right? I did not do not one thing. I didn't do a landing page. I didn't do a lead magnet. I didn't do anything. Everything that I'm doing right now was already done from before. Before all this event happened, everything was already done from before. So when you have stuff already, now is not the time to try to recreate this whole big thing. Use what's in your hands. What do you have in your hands? What is that lead magnet that you just need to put some image on? What is that thing that you haven't done yet? Use what's in your hands. What is in your hands right now? What are some things that's in your hands? What is that? Sherri, I don't have a product. I get this all the time from people. I don't have a product to sell to someone. A product could be schedule a call with me. That's a product. Hello. Just schedule a call with me. Don't make it complicated. Get a little free. Was it Calendly? Get that little link right there. Schedule a call with me. This is a time for you to be pivoting and positioning your business as an authority, as a go-to person for the problem you solve. Right? Now, pivoting. Let's go through that. So we talk about authority, we talk about value, we talk about visibility, and now number 4, we're talking about Sherri, the pivot piece. Number 4, pivot. What am I really pivoting? And I want you guys to really get this concept, because you miss it if you don't get it. Here's the concept of what you're pivoting. Number 1, and again, guys, if you have any questions for me, go ahead and put in the chat. If you have any questions for me, let's go ahead and drop it down inside the chat. I will make sure that I answer it. All right, number 1, the first thing you're going to pivot when you go live is your message. Let me say it one more time, is your message. You have to make sure that the conversation piece is a part of what's happening. So whatever conversation you're having right now about your business, you have to make sure the conversation is still of what's going on, right? You can't be talking about apples and everybody in the world talking about oranges, right? But you got to also craft that conversation to articulate to your own business, right? You got to craft that conversation. You got to enter the conversation knowing exactly what's going on already. So I cannot be over here talking about how to do funnels and there's a pandemic going on. You're like, what? Are you in the same plan that I'm on? So you got to enter the conversation. Number 1, your messaging has to change to enter the conversation, be about what is currently going on. However, you must have a controlling idea with that conversation. What is a controlling idea? In other words, what do you want your message to say? What is your messaging supposed to do? When you talk to them about this thing that's going on, what are you hoping that your business, your expertise do for people in this season, in this situation? So number 1, or A, if you want to do it that way under pivot, A, you have to change your messaging. Your messaging has to articulate what is currently taking place right now. You can't be talking about apples and we over here talking about oranges. So that's number 1, your messaging. You have to make sure it fits the situation. Number 2, I want to also talk about another thing that you got to tell your people who are listening to you is your promise. Because your promise may change from what you're able to do. I'll give you an example. So one of my master coach says, hey, who can send me a wig to Las Vegas? Because I'm sick of doing this here, all this quarantine. Ship me a wig through Amazon. And one of my clients says, I reach out to my clients and say, hey, can you have it to her in 2 days? And she says, yes, Sherri, I can promise you that I can have this hairstyle or hair wig to her within 2 days. So your promise may change. Again, we're talking about positioning your business to pivot. So your promise may be changed, right? The promise of what you say your business could do, and now your business may not be able to do it right now. So you got to ask yourself clearly, what can you truly promise someone when they sign up with you, right? And yeah, she says, Sherri, listen, I can have it to her in 2 days. She just as soon as she order on the website, I can promise her that she can have it in 2 days. And if it's not, it's free. Boom. Did y'all get that? If it's not, it's free. So when we talk about pivot, we're talking about our messaging has to be clear, right? We have to pivot the type of conversation we used to have. And we're also talking about our promise that we make to our clients. That also is going to change. And we need to say that and articulate that in our live videos. Right? We need to be able to say those promises that I promise people that when you work with me, you're going to make $2,000 or more when you implement the situation. So can I still say that within the epidemic, what's going on? Yes, I back my word. So those promises, can you still hold up the promises that you say that your business can deliver in this pandemic, right? That's second. Number three, another thing that you're going to change along with that is your delivery. And you heard me just ask her, hey, can this thing be delivered after she paid her money? Can this thing be delivered? And she said yes, it can be delivered. She can have this here after she buy it on my website. She can have it. So I hope y'all are getting this, because this is really, really good. I hope you understand that your pivot is going to be your message, your pivot is going to be your promise, and your pivot is going to be your delivery. My accountants who are used to having a brick and mortar and people walking in, how are you doing accounting now? You may have to deliver your services online. You may have to have conversation between sending in your packaging electronically. You may have to clear those conversations. Hey Coco, how you doing? Hey Dolores, how you doing? Thank y'all for joining me. You may have to clear those conversations about how you delivering and your promises that you can make for your client, because that's what sells. Your messaging of your promise and your message of how will you deliver it. If somebody say you're going to have something in 2 days, you're praying and hoping that it deliver there in 2 days. So you got to look at your business plan that says, can we still deliver the thing that we said the client would have? Number one, can we still make these promises that we our mission, our values? Can we keep those, right? Can we keep those promises that we say we're going to keep? And if the answer is yes, or you need to change, or you need to pivot it, right? You not make sure you articulate that on your live videos, because that's what people are buying. That's what people are buying. They're buying the promises, they're buying the experience. And if that changed because of the pandemic, you need to pivot that so you can get that good customers. Regardless of the pandemic, honey, people still want this stuff. People still want their stuff. So if you're just joining me, guys, we're talking about business position to pivot. And if this is good, go ahead and give me a 3 in the chat. 3 in the chat if this is good, if you're getting this great information. We talk about being the authority. We talk about giving value, be more visible. That was our number 3. And our number 4 is, what truly do we pivot? And we say you pivot your message, you pivot your promise, and you pivot your delivery of what you're doing. But here's another thing that you need to keep in mind. So I'm getting these things say, Sherri, nobody's buying. One of my clients said to me, Sherri, nobody's buying right now. Do you think we need to give our offer away for free? Do you think there's nobody's buying? Do you think that we just give all away our free stuff right now? What do you think? Pause for the cause. Pause for the cause. So I said to her, I flip it as a master life coach, right? As a master life coach, the goal of a life coach is asking great questions. So I said to her, what do you think? I called her name and I said, well, what does Coco think? Does Coco think that there's nobody buying right now? That Coco think that she need to give away all her stuff for free right now? What does Garrett think? Does Garrett think that Garrett need to give away all the stuff for free right now because ain't nobody buying? What does Dolores think? Does she need to cut her prices because there's nobody buying? What is your story? What is your story? What is your story that you're telling yourself that nobody's buying? My account was low this week. What is the story that you're telling yourself? Is that the story? Because whatever I say to you is not going to matter if you already have that story embedded in your head. The story that Sherri is applying is the fact that people are still buying. People still understand supply and demand. People understand produce and consumer. People are not going to Walmart saying, can you give away your stuff for free because there's a pandemic? People are not going to Publix saying, give away your stuff for free because it's a pandemic. People are not going to any of these stores you can think of, these restaurants that we've been going to like me all day long, saying, can you give me your food for free? What we see these restaurants are doing is creating strategy to get people to come in. Online marketing using Facebook ads. I mean, one of them got me, Ellie and Cito, baby. 2 margaritas, 2 for 2 margaritas, baby. They got me good, honey. I was there. That Facebook ad come was like, oh, you're talking to me right now, right? And I was like, no, I ain't doing that. I was like, oh, hell, they got me. So if you think people are not buying, I just scheduled a call with Q right now. I said, listen, let's talk about some Facebook ads, right? If you think people are not buying, it's whatever story you tell yourself, that's the story you're going to get, right? I know for a fact that we're going to come out of this, and based on how you're positioned, based on your controlling factor that you add to the idea, you're going to come out on top. There's 3 people that's going to come out of this situation. Some billionaires, some millionaires, and some witnesses. Which one will you be? Some billionaires, some millionaires, and some witnesses. Which one will you be? Right? Okay, so I told my client, I said, listen, if you think nobody's buying, I guess nobody's buying. But if you're saying to yourself that people are buying because what you produce is help, what you produce is a solution that they still need. No one went to Publix today or Walmart and said to them, give me all your stuff for free because it's a pandemic. Or y'all are so wrong because it's a pandemic. Y'all should be giving my stuff for free. No. What they did was add strategy, right? Now I was telling a couple of my clients, I said, listen, they add strategy and be flexible with payments, but the payments still remain the same, right? So you can add strategy, be flexible, find different ways now to disseminate your message more. So if you're just on social media, how about doing a podcast? Right? How add more visibility to your traffic, to increase your traffic, to get more leads to come in so you can sell more, right? So there's different strategy that you can use, but at no time would I say to you that thank you, Coco. Coco said great information. I love y'all. So the thing is, no one is going anywhere telling you that you should do, because one thing people understand, why is it that I respect Walmart more than I respect Sherri Somers Unlimited? It's what you position yourself, your brand. No, ain't nobody come with me with that foolishness. No, ain't nobody, because I still got a son to feed. Ain't nobody come with me with that foolishness. So what story are you applying? So here's how you make this money, y'all. Boom. Let's get this coin right now. Here's how you make this money overall, right? Whatever story you're applying, I do believe, I still see people making $5,000 a day. I still see that. That is still in my news feed. That is still, and the person who put it out, I was like, crap, I didn't jump in that deal. Y'all, in my head, it's Black Friday. It's Black Friday. I'm looking for all the Black Friday deals. I couldn't get that. I couldn't get that. I couldn't get that. Before. Oh, I missed that deal. I'm over here like it's Black Friday. The things that I didn't get to do or didn't get to have to move my business forward, to move myself in a position, to move the meter in my business, to attract more money, right? Whether it's Facebook ads or whether it's all this. I'm shopping now. I'm like Black Friday, just shopping. Can I do this? Can I do that? You need to position yourself like that. Now, does that mean you need to have a low ticket offer? Nothing wrong with having a low ticket offer, but on the back end of your funnel, you got to still have the high ticket offer, right? Here's the thing. Your funnel doesn't change. Y'all get this, y'all. This is another nugget before I go. Your funnel doesn't change. The front end of your funnel change. What you're saying, the conversation, you're pivoting, your message, your promise, your delivery. The front end of your business remain the same. It changes. But their funnels and how you get to the secure of the bag, how you lead them through the conversation, all that remains the same. I have not touched my funnel, right? And I'm giving away my free 30 live stream ideas, and it's free 30 live stream ideas for your next live video. It's up there. That's free. That hasn't changed. What will change is the front end, right? So if you says, okay, that 30 live stream ideas, I'm giving away that for free. I made that already. That's the list of ideas of things that you can do to go live to secure the bag. I made that before the pandemic. So that is not going to change. The conversation of how you lead people to your funnel will change. That's a front end. That's a messaging. The traffic source you use to get them in, and the words that you say or your blog that you post, that you write, that will change. But the way how you lead them all the way in, that still remains the same. So if you're feeling like this is not the time to try to make a pandemic this and a pandemic that, no, your words in the front is going to remain, but it's going to change, but the things in the back remains the same. Now, Sherri, how do I get more people to come to my stuff? How do I get more traffic sources? How do I get them to a point where I can get into a conversion point where I can give them my big offer? How do I do that, Sherri? I'm glad y'all asked. Y'all, thank you, Coco, for telling me it's good. Go ahead and give me a 3 in the chat. If y'all are learning something tonight, go ahead and give me a 3 in the chat. I'm loving it. Q, I thank you for having me in here. I'm just jamming. Y'all having a good time. So now let's talk about how we secure the bag in a pandemic. How we secure the bag in a pandemic. Here's what we're going to do. We talk about pivot, right? We talk about we have to pivot. We already know that. So our conversation is going to pivot. But what else is going to pivot is, along with our visibility, we have to do something else. And that's number 5. Y'all keeping up with me? Authority number 1, value number 2, visibility number 3, pivot number 4. But pivot had A, B, and C under it, right? Your message, your delivery, and your promise, right? Okay. And then number 5, how you make more money. Because you're increasing your visibility, you also have to increase your offer. You have to make more offer. So what does that look like? You should be looking at something I call your KPIs, right? Your key performance, whatever. So what we're looking at is your key performance. What are the indicators? So your key performance indicators. So what is your KPI? Your KPI, like my clients right now, they're looking at their KPI. The KPI could be, okay, where we're moving people to, like how much your email list has increased from when it started versus to where we are right now, right? How much have the email list increased? How much has their social media increased? So they're looking now at their KPI. So you're saying to yourself, but Sherri, I don't have much followers. That's okay, because you want to start now. You want to see that's how you measure your success. You're making offers. So if you are going live, let's say 2 times a week, so each time you do a call to action, do not go live without an offer. Every time you go live, you should have an offer. Every time. Every time. So if you're going live twice a week, I need for you to amp it up and do 4 times a week. That means 4 times the ability of somebody saying yes to you. I hope y'all are getting that, baby. Conversion points, right? It's all about numbers. So if you're going live, let's say you're going live 5 times. I need to amp it up. Can you add more to that? Say you're going live 3 times. It's about the more offer you make is the more you arrive at your yes. Right? Remember back in days when people put calling on the phone, they had to make 100 call for 10 yes or 100 call for 5 yes, right? That was their conversion number, right? It's the same thing you want to do with lives. If you're going to be more visible, you need to increase your offer, increase your ability to make more offers. Me saying grab this free 30 live stream ideas, I'm not actually for money. This is something you can use so you can go ahead and make more offers when you go live. So you're going to take what I give you for free, and then you're going to put your own jam and juice on it, baby. And then you're going to go live and in the end do a call to action to something that you have. And I don't want to get too all deep into that. But my point is you need to increase your ability to make more offers. When you increase your ability to make more offer, that sets you to get into your goal. So no, we're not changing our price. We're not doing none of that stuff. All we're doing is amping up our visibility and also amping up our offer. So number 5 is you have to make sure that I can't stress that enough. Yeah, I cannot put yourself in position to get the ability to make more offer about whatever you sell. That, I'm telling you, that's right there is the key. So if you're watching your KPIs and you're saying to yourself, okay, I was sending out 2 emails a week, or maybe I wasn't sending out no email a week. Now I need you to send out 3 emails a week. So now you're amping up, and inside that email, your offer is in there. So now you're increasing the yes, right? How many no's does it take to get to your yes? Or how many offers do you have to make in the world that we live in, the online space, to get to your yes, right? When I go to my live videos, I come back and check how many views before that person who saw that video said yes, right? So we're looking at our KPI, our key performance indicator, to say, okay, where my traffic, where are they coming from? And here's another thing too, y'all, my solopreneur, my entrepreneurs, all this stuff. Right now you may not even have an assistant, so you need to go deeper, not wider. I'm gonna share this with you, y'all. Last nuggets. You need to go deeper, not wider. Right. So what do I mean? If you know where most of your traffic source come from, that's where you need to concentrate your time. That's where your time need to get more energy. Like, I get a lot of people on my IG. I just started IG. I think I had like 800 people. Just started it. So my concentration is where I'm boss at, and that's Facebook Live. So you need to be able to figure out, where does my traffic source? If it's IG, spend most of your time in that area. Go deeper in your content, right? Where you can talk the right message or attract your right audience and make more offer than trying to be on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all this stuff, and you're one person trying to keep up with all that traffic. So there's a girl right now, right? So Instagram put her inside of my like junk mail or spam mail. So I missed her. And she's like, listen, it took a week for you to answer me. And I'm like, honey, I'm on Facebook. Come on to Facebook. But guess what? I attract, I don't chase. So I was like, listen, if you need my help, I'm still here. Boom, next. So, but the point I'm trying to make, like, they'll find you if they really want you. We don't want tire kickers. We want people who are really, really want to work. So I'm telling you this information because if you're saying to yourself, and you're saying to me, you're watching this live and you're saying, Sherri, I'm not making any money. The reason why you're not making money, I want to look at your key performance indicators. If no one is coming to your Facebook page, if no one is if your stuff is not buying, if no one is coming, adding to your group, if you're not increasing your email list, which right now what you need to be doing is increasing your email list, because this is on rental space, right? That's why they've been acting up the whole time. This is rental space. So with that being said, when I look at your key performance indicators, the other part I want to look at is, okay, if that's not working, I start looking at your messaging. What are you saying? What are you saying? Is your message clear about what you say you can do? Are you articulating yourself to say exactly what you say you can do? Is it delivering right? Is it falling on deaf ear? Or are you all over the place? Are you talking about apples and we over here talking about oranges? I look at those. Then I also look at your offers. How many places are you showing up, and are you making offer? Are you doing a call to action in those places? And if you do, how many different call to action do you have? Are you leading them all over the place? Because at the end of the day, like me, I have one offer. That's it. I have one. All my folks, if I'm speaking in another country, if I'm speaking in Vegas, Chicago, Dallas, I have one offer. One offer. I'm the 2K queen. Show you how to make 2K. That's the only offer. 2K revenue attraction. I don't offer anything else. Right? I have one offer. And that is because, so regardless of where my traffic comes from, I'm getting them into one offer. So my thing is, increase your offer, increase your visibility, pivot your message, your promise, and your delivery, and you should be fine, ladies and gents, if you have any. Increase your offer, increase your opportunity to make more offer, because your offer is where the money comes from. So if you're able to make more offer, you are able to reach your yes now. So what does it mean by pricing? My money stays the same. I may pivot my payment plan, but my money still remains the same. All right, guys, I want to go through this list, making sure I didn't miss anyone. Coca said great information. Thank you, Coca. How you doing, girlfriend? Great information. Yes, we also touch on, if you're just joining me, I know we have some latecomers. Is your business positioned to pivot? We want to go through it really, really fast, right? And you also have the ability to grab my free 30 live stream ideas for your next live. We talk about authority. We talk about value. We talk about visibility. We talk about number four is our pivot message, our promise, and our delivery, right? That's in our pivot. And then we're talking about number 5, to get more money in the bank, you have to deliver, make opportunities, make more offer. So if someone invite you on their podcast, make more offer. If somebody invites you on their live stream, make more offer. Regardless of where they invite you, that's your opportunity to make more offer. Do not go live unless you have your offer for the people. The people is listening for something for themselves, and you're here to deliver. That's what leaders do. We deliver. You have been called for such a time like this. So make sure you are delivering. All right, guys, I was waiting to see if I have any questions. If I did not, I don't want to be holding your time up. I know we got a lot going on. It's Sunday. I want to make sure that information was great, that it really refined you. I know if you're going to catch this, hit replay. I always watch back for comments. So if you have any questions or comments, I'll make sure that I reply to the comments even when I'm not live here anymore. But if you have any questions for me, you can go ahead and put it in the chat. And also grab your free 30 live stream ideas for your next live. These are 30 ideas, whole month, almost a whole month of ideas what you can do to go live. And go ahead and click the link for that. I want to thank my beautiful Miss Butler and Miss Butler for having me tonight, an opportunity to talk to her tribe. This is beautiful. I thank you guys. Y'all are amazing. And it's your girl, Sherri Somers, your revenue attraction master life coach. See y'all. Have a good night. Ooh, let me see who. I got one more. Oh, this was awesome. Yay. I love it.